Hello, and welcome to this presentation, How to Protect Yourself from Energy Vampires at Work. So we all know this, and I've been a star in attracting energy vampires for myself. I'm a classic empath, and also comes with a prize that your energy is always widely available. I'm a classic healer, low boundaries, and I attract narcissists, micromanagement, bullies, victims. I always had in my past classic friends who were always a victim, trying to get my energy and my sympathy and empathy and feed off my energy constantly without giving something back. And if that's familiar to you, welcome to this short presentation that I'm going to give you with some good pointers on what to do and how to survive these and recognize these toxic energy vampires at work. So, hi, I'm Tineke Zoet. I'm an HSP coach. I coach highly sensitive people and empaths in challenging work conditions, feeling more energized, more balanced, more confident, and without sacrificing who they really are from the inside. So, with further ado, let's start, and I will share my screen with you. So, I hope you can see that. So, how you deal with toxic energy vampires and at work, and how to protect yourself effectively from their claws and feel lighter, energized, and more confident. Sounds good so far. So, what is actually is an energy vampire? What's the toxic energy vampire? Well, it's of course it's these people who feed off your energy and light. As an empath, you are having low boundaries and you always radiate a kind of a healing energy around you because you're a fixer, a healer. You're really have really high empathy. You feel others people energy as your own. So your energy is also widely available. There's a fine line between that. And without proper protection from yourself, you will attract the wrong type of people who take advantage of you. So these are people that drain you emotionally, intentionally or unintentionally, and it makes you feel drained, empty, irritated, or even sick. You know what I mean? That feeling that sticks to your stomach. These are often people who do not take credit for their accountability for their own life, and they're always being in a victim mode. Everything always happens to them. You know these people. Watch out. They depend on other people's energy emotionally, and they don't take ownership at all for their own caused drama. So they're the drama queens, they're feed off your drama. That is are the narcissists, feed off drama. They create drama out of nothing, just for the drama. That's their ego fix. Or they putting you down so they can stand on top of your head and steal your light, your thunder, so they feel a little bit better. Mostly people with very low self-esteem, and they don't know how to fix that, so they take away your light so they feel better, and they feed off you, so they feed off you by putting you down. So be watch out for those. These are the energy vampires. And so let's talk about what is really happening. If you're an empath or highly sensitive person, and you'll be able to feel and radiate that kind of energy that is around the body, around everybody else's body, you can feel it in the room. You sometimes even feel it from a distance, even when you're not really there, just by thinking about this person. You are a lighthouse in the dark because you don't have these boundaries. You don't close yourself off properly. So if you feel other people's energy, that means your energy is widely available too. And that's, don't worry, that's not a bad thing. And you can, as an empath, you can feel beyond the veil of human nature. So what I mean by that is that you cut through the ego bullshit. You can often see for a narcissist, it's one of the most toxic energy vampires I know. And they're gaslighting, and they will do anything in their power to put you down because they don't have any empathy at all. They lack total empathy. But as an empath, you can still feel that hurt little human inside. You know, like highly sensitive people and empaths, they're sort of born sometimes from trauma in their childhood, and that was a survival mechanism to people please. Or maybe you're a mediator between two toxic parents, and a narcissist has sort of similar, maybe similar trauma in their childhood, and they chose to go all in, no empathy at all, because that was harmful for them. So that means that an empath and a narcissist are two sides of the coin. And where I'm going with that is that you, as an empath, have so much empathy, you feel the energy for the hurt little human who they once were inside of them, locked up. And they take advantage of that because you somehow want to help them. You can see right through their ego, through the hierarchy, through the bullshit, through the lying and the cheating, and you see the good in people. And that's why you're an empath. That's a very good thing to have, but beware when you use it and when not. So you are a rescuer and a healer, and you have very low boundaries. And you have childhood trauma. Often empaths do have childhood trauma. That's why they're an empath. I never found anybody who didn't have some kind of trauma bond. And they look outside for approval. So there's a really important message in here that you look outside for your approval, and that's why you automatically look for these type of energy of people, maybe reenactment of your childhood authority figures, for approval from the wrong type of people. It's not a conscious awareness, but beware that you are attracting this type of energy. So that's what's really happening when I tell you this is a toxic energy vampires. So the signs you are being sucked empty. So physical signs is that you get sudden fatigue, you have lots of headaches. I had like visual migraines sometimes. You're feeling sick in your stomach, like nervous or just really cramps. You feel triggered, feel irritated, maybe anger or even intense sadness. Be aware what is really happening in your body while you are with a certain person. Sometimes, they can be really charming. Narcissists, for example, are really charming. I know a colleague of mine, and she was a female. She was deadly charming. Everybody loved her, and it still didn't feel right. There was something amiss, and I didn't know why because I couldn't see anything wrong with this person. It still felt as though something was wrong. I was right. Something was wrong. She was mostly lying about her background, about her resume, about the experience she had, and things turned very toxic once I figured that out. Once they know, there's no going back. So pay attention to your body language, to how you feel. If you think something's not right, it mostly you're right. So three biggest types of energy vampires. There are lots, but I will only explain three. The three biggest one, of course, that's the narcissist. Have a whole video on just narcissism at work. So look up my channel, Tineke Zoet, on YouTube, and you will find it. Otherwise, you can always ask me questions. The rageaholic is big one. And the victim. So let's see which ones. Okay, let's start with the narcissist. Big topic. These are the worst kind of people. They're really toxic and avoid at all cost. If you come across a narcissist who's against you at work, run. If you can't run, go with your boundaries, strict boundaries. Grey rocking is a very good method. That makes grey rocking is a way of making yourself in a grey rock very uninteresting, very grey, very bland. Don't explain, never complain. Don't feed into the drama because they don't play according to the game. They don't play. They play with their own rules, and they don't care about how you feel, or they don't care about logic. They twist the facts. the only thing you can do when you come across a narcissist is ignore and play it. As in fact, like it feels like very like you're powerless, and but they're vicious. So please be aware. And there's lots more to this topic. And if you come across a narcissist, you want to have a talk with me. I have firsthand quite a lot of unfortunate experience with narcissism, and they can break you mentally. So be aware. These are dangerous people. Don't try to reason with them. You heal that part of yourself first that triggers you, that feels the need to receive approval from them. So why do you somehow search approval from them? That is mostly a childhood trauma bond, and you find a therapist or a good counselor to heal that. You work on your own confidence. Walk away, whatever the cost. Don't fall for their charm. Don't fall for the bait. Don't fall for the drama. Take a breath, go outside, and stick to the facts. Write down all the facts. Know your emails that you receive. Write everything down. Make sure you have a watertight, factual, black and white proof of things that happen at work, because they will even challenge you on that front and ask for help. So, what I said, if you have narcissistic relationships in your life, please do reach out, ask for help, and you can always talk to me as well. The rageaholic. Okay, this is easy. Rageaholic is easy to spot. To have temper tantrums like a toddler. You didn't do that. The bully, the shouting, and they are trying to make impression by being the loudest. These are easy, guys, compared to the narcissist picnic. They want to be seen and have probably childhood trauma issues, not your problem. Who doesn't have childhood trauma issues, right? Don't feed the argument ever. Don't fall for that trap in saying something at that moment. Just let them rage. Let them rage. Just be quiet. Let them rage. Don't interrupt. Just let it blow over. Let them have it. Let them have the stage and the argument and wait till the storm blows over. Repeat things in their own words helps as well to make it a question. So, like, you never do what I say. And then you repeat that. Use. I do never what you say. And that gives them a chance to hear their own words, toxic words reflected back. And they just either dumb down, calm down, or they go do it again. So you just tell me that I didn't do what you say. Can you? I don't understand. Can you explain? Instead of going all in, like, I do what you said. I just, I just said yesterday, you're not listening. So you just, calm is the best way to deal with it, although it might just trigger them off more. Write things down as well. Yeah. Focus on the statistics. Let them rage. The rage is not about you. It's about how they cannot handle the situation. They're out of control. They don't have, it's probably, as a child, they might be the only way to be seen by their parents is throwing a tantrum, and they got their way, really highly frustrating as you work with a rageaholic. But they're easy to spot, easy to deal with. Feel that part inside you that feels that anger, and then let it go. This is not your fight. It's not your anger. Let it go. Let it go. The next one, the victim. You guys are with me so far. Don't step into the trap. They want their ego fed. It's the drama queens. Like, do you see me? What kind of awful life I have? Never ever it's their fault. Gossip about others in victim form. Like, oh, everybody is against them. It's mental filtering as well. If you know the world is against you, you find proof everywhere. Like, see how they treated me? See? Oh, of course, the company doesn't give a thing about me. Do you see how I'm being treated? Is life not just awful with taxes and rising living and oh, and they're looking at you asking for, okay, give it to me, attention and sympathy. And it's a never ending cycle. Everybody has their own down moments, okay? Everybody has their moments that you want to just cry on a friend's shoulder. That's totally normal. That's totally fine. But once it become a repetitive thing and you just throw in um, maybe solutions and options. Have you tried that? Maybe you want to do that, go to this. And they always have an argument against why that doesn't work for them. Stop. Stop. Don't feed that cycle. It's not your job to fix their journey because the victim doesn't want to be fixed. They want to have their ego moment in the sun. Most of these victims only want their attention, negative attention sometimes is better than no attention at all. And there's a whole philosophy about this. So take it from me. Like I broke with a friend who I thought was a friend, but there was a one way system. I always was feeding her ego, her needs, coming up with presents, doing everything I could for her son. And then, but there never was any accountability for their own life. But there was silent moaning about like, oh, you're easy. You're having a house and a husband take care of you and a loving family, blah blah. You have money, and I don't have any support, and my life is miserable. And it's at some point I was so fed up with it. Like you could have it all. You could just taken a job. You could just there are lots of people single and not married, or they are married and miserable. So there's no guarantee. You just have to make your own nest. Yeah, you make your own happiness. So um don't fall for the victim trap. Don't offer support. Just say you're sorry. Sorry that you feel that way. You can listen. I'm so sorry. Sympathy, different from empathy. I'm so sorry you feel that way. You know, um, that's it. Don't offer them anything else. No, no. Or say, if they call you, I have 5 minutes because I have to go. I have an appointment in 5 minutes, so I have 5 minutes of my time, and then I have to go. Unfortunately, yeah. So don't listen endlessly to when they only call when they're needing a drama fix. It sucks you dry. So what can we do? The strategy for coping and protection. So stay with me, yeah? Separation technique. It's the separation techniques that I use and to separate your energy from theirs. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of the Now, practice this as well. And he says you observe your own feelings and your emotions and your own triggers and your thoughts. Accept that this is not your argument, and then you focus on the triggers within yourself. That's the next step. This is the triggers that you feel. That's the unhealed part of you that you need to work on. So what is it that make you feel annoyed about that? Maybe because you feel annoyed they taking advantage of you, of your goodness. You let yourself take advantage of. So that means if you feel bad about it, you feel bad about yourself, letting yourself go and having low boundaries. So that's what you need to work on. You recognize the ego in this. What is it that your own ego clashes with that person? How dare they? I have all this empathy for you. I did all this for you, and uh, you treat me like dirt. So that is it's their ego versus your ego, and Eckhart Tolle teaches us to be more in the present moment. Be in the present moment as there's no problem in that point. So just use the separation technique to focus on your own body. It says being mindful. Use a different perspective. What is their story. Maybe you can find some sympathy in their story. That's like, you don't know how they become like this. That's not your problem either. If it's a bully, you might don't really care. But if you're an empath, you might want to have that perspective. It sort of helps a little bit with feeling okay with how toxic they are. Feel your own body. And then Aaron Doughty is one of the ones who uses a candle flame and, just he uses the candle flame and he switched it on. And he tells you to use a meditation technique to breathe in and out, to focus on how you feel inside. And you watch the candle flame. It's not very good, is it? And you feel how that candle is separated from your energy. And you can look it up. Aaron Doughty, I have it there. The frame technique. You feel the separation from you, the candle, or the other person. I put that here. So there, the separation technique. What I do is I hold a little token. I have, little London bus token. I maybe as a key ring, I have it on in my hand during a maybe presentation, something that means a lot to me. As maybe a little, this is a rock, it's a happy rock from some beach. So I hold it in my pocket and I feel my own energy with this rock. It's my anchor. So you use that anchor to pull yourself back from that toxic situation into your own breathing space and your own focus on the sounds, focus on your breathing. And if you want to know more about coping strategies and protection, I have a shielding course for you online on my website. Go into free resources at tinekezoet.com and you will find a shielding course totally free, no strings attached. And I talk you through different strategies to cope with these type of energy. And love yourself above all. It's okay to feel different, to be different. It's not the idea to close yourself off from the world entirely because you're an empath and I am sure we are here to do some good as well. The world needs more empathic people, empathetic leadership. And you just spend your energy and send your energy to those who need it the most, not people who take advantage of you. So look up my website, look up my Instagram or my LinkedIn. I'm everywhere, so you can send me an email at hello@tinekezoet.com. My website tells you where to go. I have some really good freebies as well. I have a book to download for you. It's toxic, how to deal with toxic people at workplace, and it's £10. But if you quote and send me an email, you've been in this course of this hashtag toxic vampire, you will get it for free and I will give you the download. So let me know if you need a free download of my different toxic people book. It's toxic people survival book on my website and then hashtag energy vampires and I will give it to you for free. So love and leave you. I hope that was useful for you and let me know how you get on. Bye, lovely people.